internet, and a lot of guys asking how's Lamb doing, is he still in? So he's clearly a name on this poker scene. He's got a lot of friends out there watching him play. So I never met him before.
Well, we'll have to introduce ourselves to him afterwards because maybe we can get into his entourage.
Kai Danilo Paulson. We saw him, was it the feature table yesterday? He was down at one point to about 15,000. And he's been a pretty good grinder, this kid has.
He did. He came in and made a bit of a stir, if we remember. And he ended up, by the time he left the feature table, I think he was up around 70,000. Somewhat conservative, but sometimes that's good. You know, it keeps you out of trouble. And
player calls.
Well, he's not conservative here. 8-10.
Pass.
Raising it up. And Lamb has just cold called this with the King Jack. It's a kind of an odd play. He happens to be ahead, but it's dangerous, isn't it?
It is dangerous. I've said it 100 times before. You know, there are certain times when you want to call, but not when you've got other players to act after you. But I think probably from his point of view, he just sat down and he wants to see a flop, Jesse.
I mean, he hits a pair. It's still going to be tricky if Paulson puts pressure on. It's going to be And do you feel like Paulson's got a good shot to win this now?
Check a bit.
Well,
he's checked it.
Yeah, and it was a quick check. You see the quick check? You just read that as weak. It's all about timing, Jesse. Timing and getting a feel for your opponent. See that?
35.
35 balls in the air here for Lamb. Little does he know the king high is ahead. I mean, he definitely thinks he's at it. Wow, if Paulson raises here, it'll be spectacular. How can he have a line on this guy? Do these guys know each other?
Well, here's what it comes down to. Can I put my opponent on a 6? Probably not. If he did have a 6,
player calls.
He's not likely to bet it. He's going to check it. If he had a big ace, he's more likely to check that as well. So once you eliminate the ace and the 6, well, there are no other cards that he can have.
This is an incredibly...
He's doing that now, Jesse, basically to take it down on the turn.
I love this from Paulson. This is way out there.
Now what he's got to do here,
he's got to move edgy stuff.
He's going to move in. He has to move in, or else he's got to bet at least half his stack here. You can't call.
This is edgy stuff. I mean, there's 150,000 out there. Neither player has a pair.
Well, he's just calling it to take it down here. That's exactly what he's doing. Call the flop to take it down on the turn. He's got absolutely nothing, but he's going to show us he's got a lot of heart. That's what he's got. He's got heart.
Player bets 45,000.
This is amazing.
It's fantastic. Unbelievable. I take it back what I've said about Paulson. You know, I thought he was a little bit conservative. He laid down the best hand earlier on, but he's showing us that he can play cards. Does he have some history here with this other player, I wonder? He's just new to the table.
I don't know. He may have been on an earlier table yesterday or something. The incredible thing here, I mean, when you think about, you talk about the edges of a game. Here's a man who's willing to fold jacks before the flop and also willing to call with a 10 high on the flop to bluff on the turn.
Well, I'm telling you, this is as exciting as it gets, my friend. This is just poker at its finest.
But, I mean, Lamb can't call here. I mean,
if Lamb moves in here, I will drop my trousers in Grafton Street tonight. There's no way he can. You gotta admire Lamb's moxie too, though, isn't it? You know, he's putting Paulson on the burner, because the thing is, Paulson's got nothing. Paulson knows he's got nothing, obviously, and now the fact that Lamb is thinking about this, he's thinking, oh no, what was I doing? What was I thinking of? Fold, he's saying.
Wow, what a hand!
Oh, wow!
What a hand! And yeah, there is no doubt that these two must have played on the same table an earlier day, because they have a bit of line on each other's games, and clearly they both rate each other as total at-it men.
Well, that's poker at its finest. To all the young players who are out there sitting down, got their feet up and they're watching this, it doesn't get much better than that. It just shows you don't have to have aces, kings, or queens to play this game well. You know, that was just wonderful poker.
Paulson just took, geez, he just took about, I don't know, 80,000 off Lamb with nothing. 7 players on this table, and a couple big stacks. Stars with over 450.
12,000 to
Paulson now over a 3-ball.
He's got to feel really good about his play up until this point.
Pass.
This just an early indication.
Raise.
This is Lamb's 3rd pot. It's the 2nd time he's come in. He's not. Don't think we're going to see him passing 20 hands in a row.
No,
Not that style.
He's not that style. He's one of these young guns, not afraid to put the chips to work. He understands that in order to bring chips in, you have to send chips out. And the only thing is, though, the other players, especially the good players at the table here, will be very aware that Lamb has just lost a big pot to Paulson, and he might be steaming a little bit.
12 plus 18 makes 30 for the raise. And round to the big blind and Philip stars.
Okay, let's play all in.
Yep.
All in.
That's the story. The quick all-in. Ace-king, a lot different than ace-queen, isn't it?
Oh, my goodness me. He's woken up with the big slick, the big blind special, folks. You dream about this stuff when you're sitting on the bed, tying your shoelaces, and you're thinking, what can I have in the big blind when I'm in contention for the final table at the Irish Poker Championships?
It's amazing how much different ace-king is than ace-queen. I mean, it's only one notch better. It's still no pair, but it's amazing what people will do with it. And Stars is right here, of course.
Well, for all devil, he must think that his days are numbered, but
I think Lamb's just taking time here. He's just, I think, I'm just wondering, Huron, if Lamb is sitting there and saying to himself, am I just running into some hands here, or am I having a problem with my table image? You know, it's worth thinking about.
well, that's it. I mean, again, we've just seen.
He knows he's not calling.
Well, he can't call really. What, you want to peel up? Well, you can't. Yeah, I mean, there is. He's covered by 3-1, so he's. This is his tournament life. He's got ace-9. We know he's in really bad shape. He's not sure quite where he is. But the fact is, if he listens to his instincts, trusts those instincts, the longer he thinks about it, that he has to think about it, that's those instincts saying, you know what, this hand is no good, you need to release it.
Is he trying to talk himself into a possibility that Stars has a pocket pair under 9s? I mean, it's a reach, isn't it?
Well, let's just say your opponent has a pair of 6s. Well, the 6s are a slight favourite. Oh!
Call.
He's not going to like this.
Yeah, I cannot. I mean, I just can only wonder if Lamb just decided that he didn't want to fold to a point where he was playing had to play a small all-in pot. It just must have decided that even if he was going to be all in and behind, at least he was playing a pot that was going to still give him 300 plus thousand. I don't know.
The only thing I can say, I don't know Lamb. He's obviously got a great game to get this far, this deep in such a wonderful tournament, but he's made a mistake there. He didn't.
And the flop.
Well, all he needs is to get out of it. Chris Ferguson, of course, did some very famous stuff with the ace-9 to win a World Series of Poker title against a better ace. And now there's a couple of outs.
This is a good card now. Any 7, any 5 would chop it, and a 9 would win it. Here we go.
And the river. An 8 of hearts.
King's going to play. Stars has more, and Lamb only lasted 3 hands on this feature table after going 3 days into this tournament. And
Terminator.
Unbelievable. Lamb is seeing stars right now, Jesse.
it might have just been a rush ahead to the blood for Lam Tran.
Yeah, definitely a rush of blood to the head there. You know, he just, if he thought about it a little bit longer, you know, see how quick Philip Starr jumped up out of his seat. Okay, we might as well play all in. That's confidence right there. You know, he's not doing it for the good of his health.
Ace-King versus Ace-9. Trun made the call and trundled out. 3 aces. Well, you can say he got beat with trips.
Yeah, he was trundled out. I mean, in this case, it's not the little engine that could. He was a 9-1 dog on the flop. The ace comes. That doesn't change anything. It's a great turn card. Now, any 7 or any 5 would have given him a chop pot, but unfortunately, it's the 8 of hearts, and young Lam is heading for the rail.
Chip